Hey everybody, this is Deb with Truthification Chronicles, and where in the world is Adam Schifftiego? I just had to put that in there, but from the Washington Examiner, check this out. When I'm recording this, it's already the 28th, so I assume that he is already there. Our favorite Democrat. Top Democrats book taxpayer-funded military jet for secret jaunt to Scandinavia. Yep, that's where they are right now. Top Democrats are due to take a taxpayer-funded military jet to Denmark to give speeches at a ritzy pro-democracy conference, raising questions about possible misuse of resources. And these are the people who are going to be representing the United States. Rather than book cheaper commercial flights, Adam Schiff, House Intelligence Committee Chairman, House Majority Leader Steny Hoyer, and at least 3 House colleagues are scheduled to depart Joint Base Andrews on the military plane about 8:45 p.m. Thursday, which means they are already there when I'm recording this. Schiff's Friday speech kicks off a 6-day Nordic jaunt that he will lead, according to an unclassified but confidential itinerary seen by the Washington Examiner. Schiff, at least 4 colleagues, and 2 committee staff will also stop in Finland and Norway. I'm asking myself what they're doing, okay? Oh, to go and speak at a conference. And we're footing the bill. That makes me all nice and happy, especially since I've been making virtually nothing the last few days because my videos keep getting demonetized. Yeah. Ugh. All official travel is reimbursed for lawmakers, but commercial flights are less expensive than military charters. Hoyer won't stay with Schiff after Denmark, instead traveling to Ukraine, Hungary, and Luxembourg on the military plane. It's unclear how many lawmakers will accompany Hoyer. Well, and then how's Schiff going to get back home? Is he going to sit there for a while, waiting until they turn around and Steny Hoyer comes back and picks him up? Really, what's going on here, folks? And this is something that boggles my mind. These people are running around the world, and they are not giving the world a very good impression of what's going on in the United States right now, because they're definitely not fans of our president. A draft itinerary for Schiff's trip said the California Democrat will lead his CODEL, and if you remember, his CODEL was congressional delegation, and warns the document should not be made public without the explicit permission of the head of the delegation. Why? Why should it not be made public? What are you doing that you don't want made public? An intelligence committee staffer attributed the military flight booking to Hoyer, saying Schiff is simply joining the Maryland Democrat. The staffer was unable to prove Hoyer requested the flight, but in a statement, Hoyer's spokeswoman, Mariel Saez, said Hoyer's stops required the jet. Hoyer will meet Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky and speak at the OSCE Parliamentary Assembly in Luxembourg, as well as meet with opposition leaders, civil society activists, and representatives from NGOs. It's a packed schedule with a very tight time frame, and it could only happen with military travel. Yeah, okay. Anyway, if you go down here, it, talks about him, and I think it says 3 other Democratic House Intelligence Committee members, Denny Heck of Washington, Sean Maloney of New York, and Joaquin Castro of Texas. And 2 committee staffers, and a 4th Democratic member will meet the group in Denmark. So these guys, 3 U.S. Marine Corps escorts are also identified on the outbound flight, at least 2 of them following the Schiff group. Marine escorts. Yeah, so this is what we're paying for. This is what we're footing the bill on. And there they are. Now, it's interesting that Trump is out of the country right now. I wonder if, it was kind of planned. But they did have, these speaking engagements, and so that was planned ahead. But it's just kind of interesting how he's out of town when this is going on. So, when it comes to how they can fly, Tom Fitton here says, it's obviously cheaper to fly commercial. There's no need to take a military plane to Copenhagen. It's a perk, and they're abusing it. And if you look at this, it goes down here, you can read the rest of it. And if you go down here, it talks about when they're speaking, and they were supposed to speak, I think, today, earlier. So, I don't know. I'm sure there's a video. It says that it was going to be carried live. So there's a video somewhere of them. Probably you can check it if you really want to listen to them and see what they said. But anyway, look at this. The 12-passenger C-37A planes are modified Gulfstream jets and have a reimbursement rate of $8,227 per flight hour. A flight to Copenhagen would take about 8 hours, costing about $66,000 one way. Yeah. And so as of Wednesday, flight options included a Lufthansa flight departing at 6:15 p.m. and an Air France direct flight at 6:05 p.m., both of which depart Dulles International Airport and both scheduled to land in Copenhagen at 11:20 a.m. local time, more than 2 hours before Hoyer's speech and more than 5 hours before Schiff's. Both the Lufthansa and Air France flights ran about $2,300 per ticket on Wednesday afternoon, though it's possible they would cost less if booked earlier, which is how it works. The 5 lawmakers traveling Thursday and 2 committee staff would have paid about $16,000 for last-minute commercial flights, saving about 76% of the cost of the presumed military plane. The trip is likely to trigger a debate among watchdogs. Ya think? Yeah. And so going for a speech and a couple trips with embassy staff does not sound like a good use of taxpayer money. I agree with that. And Ryan Alexander, president of Taxpayers for Common Sense, said it's important to analyze the amount of official work being done, adding, if you can get there commercially and it's safe to do so, it's better for the taxpayers to save the money. But hey, it's just taxpayer money, so who cares, right? Well, and while I was here, it came up with this. New Hampshire lawmaker kicked from committee. You need to read that. I'm not going to read it because for sure it's going to be something that YouTube wouldn't necessarily like. So I'm not going to cover it. But if you see that article, he got kicked off for a very kind of stupid reason. But anyway, so yeah, and here's the summit that they're going to be speaking at. Congressman Adam Schiff to give keynote speech and participate in dialogue at Copenhagen Democracy Summit. Yeah, there he is. This man is the head of our Intelligence Committee in the House. I mean, just remember that. Intelligence Committee. Of all committees. The least intelligent person around, right? Anyway, so he's the keynote speaker even. It's an annual conference convening business leaders, democracy supporters, and activists, and political leaders. I wonder why they didn't invite any Republicans. Yeah. And so I am thinking these are a bunch of maybe the globalists. I haven't checked out the people on here, but I didn't recognize their names right off. But, just from the way I'm reading it, and of course who they invited, I'm assuming that, they're the globalists, and that's kind of what they're working on. So, yeah, charming people, and we paid the bill. I'm sorry, I just really don't think we should be paying the bill for Adam Schiff to go to Scandinavia. That's just my opinion. So anyway, let me know what you think down below, and I'll put the links, in the description, just like usual. If you want to go read them yourself or pass them on, that's the best thing to do. Tweet them out if you have Twitter, or if you're on Facebook, send them out there so people can see this stuff. This is what they're doing. This is what's going on. And we need to have some kind of control put on what these people are doing. And it's not just them. I mean, I'm not saying it's just Democrats. I'm saying Republicans, Democrats, everything. We need to know when they're taking these trips like this and what the purpose is. And it should not be something where the document is kept away from the public until the leader says it's okay to put out there. So yeah, I don't know. What are they doing? What's Steny Hoyer doing now? I mean, he finished the speech and then he went off to Ukraine and everything else. What are these guys really doing? That's what I want to know. Are they making plans behind the scenes trying to come up with other ways to take down our president, because this is getting serious. They are undermining our president when they go out there, and this should not be allowed. I mean, I don't care if you're at home and you don't like the president, you can speak about him as much as you want. But when we go out into the public, that should not be a place where people are grousing about our president to other countries. It's just bad form. I mean, just wrong. So even with Obama, I didn't like Obama's policies at all. I believe that he was really trying to take down the U.S. But when it came to going outside the country, I wouldn't have sat there and badmouthed him to everybody that would listen. But that seems to be what's going on here. So I don't know. I wonder what happened at the Copenhagen Democracy Summit today. Would have been interesting, but you know what? Not going to sit here and listen to the whole speeches. I don't care that much. My brain cells are still recuperating from the 2 nights of the Democratic debates. And I really just don't want more. I'll tell you what, it was kind of funny how Pete Buttigieg got taken down a little bit there about the police shooting. And I don't know all the details on that, but it was a big hullabaloo. And they had it on the local news here because I'm not too awful far from where Pete Buttigieg is mayor. And he got really reamed. I mean, they had this memorial time, I guess. And oh my goodness, people were attacking him right and left. It was so bad they couldn't beep everything out. I mean, it was just so bad. They were swearing at him up one side and down the other. So yeah, Pete's had a really bad week. And so is Biden, man. His fundraising has tanked. I mean, really tanked after Kamala Harris took him down. Oh, that was kind of funny in that debate. Not a lot happened in the debate. It was pretty much, tell us what the Democrats stand for. That was pretty much what it was. And everybody chimed in. And they all stood for basically the same thing. And yeah, and people were applauding. That's what got me. People applauded. Nobody should have been applauding any of that. It was garbage. So that's what I've got for you on this one. I just had to let you know where Adam Schiff is right now. Yeah, and I wonder when he's going to get back home, huh? I still wonder how he's going to get home because Steny Hoyer, like I said, took the military jet on. So how's Adam getting home? Does he have to take commercial air? That could be funny. Anyway, I'm just glad I'm not on that plane. So that's what I've got for you on this one. I want to thank you for stopping by, and I'll see y'all later.